So I'm out here for a little ride. I thought I would do my second 1000th update on the motorcycle because I'm going to go ahead and say I'm done. I'm really happy with what this thing has turned out to be. So if I run through the list of things, I'll do it briefly. The biggest changes are the tubeless, and I mean tubeless as in from NewTek. Which has just made a phenomenal difference. I'm running 12 pounds of air in the front tire, and you can look at NewTek, NUETECH.com, and see what they're doing. I do find that you've got air valves down here, there's a fair amount of metal and stuff in their system, and it had to be countered with weights. I just had little guys, so I got a bunch of them on there. But anyway, that NewTek system, I am just beyond impressed. I mean, it is really, really slick. Obviously, the plastic skid plate went away in a hurry. It actually fell down the first time I had it out. And then I got the case saver as well. Should I break a chain or something like that, I will save that case there. So the case saver is on. The other huge difference is the Scott's stabilizer. It's got a neat little system. It's got little hooks that grab the frame here rather than having to weld. Holds the support for the actuation of the actual system. So they call this a subplate, and the subplate adds 3/8 of an inch height to the handlebars, and then I went ahead and did another inch rise on that. I had enough cable. I had to actually pull out the headlight and clip a bunch of things that were harnessed together with cable ties. Snip those, release a little bit of extra cable, and then tie it back up. The ram, this is the ram mount system. It's kind of cool. It works well. So you unscrew the stock mirrors, and then you've got this ball that just screws into the same thing. And then you've got the ability to pivot these things any way you want. And let me give a shout out to motorcyclebuy.com. They're out of Oregon, and a Husky dealer. They have been really, really great. They know their stuff. And I kind of joke with the guy. He's my personal shopper. I just say, what do you got? What do I need? And I've been real happy with everything that they've sold me and what we've done. Obviously, the Cherokees on the front, the big tall ones, come in very handy. Getting the mirrors out of the way. Even when the mirror's down, you can tell they're getting all scratched up from getting whacked by stuff. Obviously, the dongle is plugged into the ABS module so that I have ABS on the front. I do not have ABS on the rear. Somebody corrected me on my last video. I said it was a 45 rear sprocket. It's really a 46. So I had a sprocket where I went from 46 to 49. Still wasn't where I wanted to be. So now I've got a 51 tooth on here. And yes, another new chain. So real happy with that setup now. Now it's where it needs to be. In case you get in trouble, you're on a steep hill, you need to be able to chunk your way up. You can do it without slipping the clutch. You can pretty much control everything with just the throttle. Other big change is the GPR exhaust. It's a slip-on canister, maybe 5/8 the size and weight of the stock system. So it definitely breathes better down low. I'm not sure if I got this thing in neutral or not. I don't. It's like 100 degrees out here today, so this bike's running pretty warm. I was going to start it up. I'll just pull the clutch in. So it's not too loud. At least it doesn't sound like a Honda lawnmower anymore. I forget that neutral light doesn't come on if you've got the kill switch on there. So the pipe, the sprocket, and of course the tubeless system in the rear. Now on this motorcycle, because the rims are wider than most bikes, you can't just put any tire on here with tubeless. It has to be Maxxis. It has to be their desert tires. But as I've mentioned before, I'm running 4 pounds of air in this tire, and you'll notice I've got no chunks coming out of here. It has worn down some, but it's got I'm going to say almost 900 miles on it at this point in time, and not a single tear. And it's getting hoofed around pretty good. So the only real bugaboo I got left on this bike is the turn signal. It may have gotten yanked by bushes or something like that, and then it was dangling, and then the exhaust smoked it off the rest of the way. So I got a new blinker, but they sent me the front one. And it was too long. So by the time I put it on there, it was back in front of the exhaust. So if I get the short one, I should be good and be able to keep that thing on there. And then on the stock, the license plate frame came out and made 90-degree bends for your reflectors. So those are like giant scoops as you're going down single track trails. So after a few trails after my last video, I came to the back of the bike and everything was pointed the other way. So I just cut those off and trimmed them down. So I'm actually pretty comfortable with the bike now. I mean, it's heavy. I got to be careful on some downhill stuff. But the fact now that I've got the lower pressure in the tires, I can do a lot more with the brakes, and these tires are sucking up a lot of these good sized rocks, stuff like this. I mean, you're going to feel it, but a lot of these smaller rocks where normally you kind of feel the little bounce, the tires have got so much flex, it's weird. It's like you don't even feel anything. So there you've got it. I'll give it a thumbs up. I don't know if it's worth all the bucks, especially what had to go into it to make it rideable for me. But yeah, I'm happy with it. If it's a European thing you want and something that's not orange and something you can ride on the road and turn around, take it on the dirt, big thumbs up. As far as dual sport goes, you got to draw some lines between a motocross bike and a dual sport bike, and this gets pretty close. I think if you stripped away the weight, you would be there. And of course, at that point, you'd be down to a 500 KTM, something like that. But anyway, there you've got it. I will put some clips. I got some clips of where I've intentionally stopped on a hill a couple times and then just get going again. It's pretty impressive, the bite that this rear tire's got. So I'm going to include those and some other trails and some slow stuff and some fast stuff. But give you an idea of the power band down low. And then I also have a section where I just went out on the asphalt road and just kind of go through the gears. So with this gearing, with a 51-15, you get an idea how fast you can go in each gear. The nice thing is it can now drop down to 35 if you're, in town, maybe not in town, but just traffic, stop and go, slow down and stuff. If traffic slows down to 35, back up to 55 and back and forth. In stock form, you'll be downshifting, upshifting, back and forth all over the place. Now I can just leave it in 6th gear, which makes it nice in that scenario. It's a whole lot less tap dancing, and you don't feel like the bike is so underpowered, which is not. I mean, this motor is phenomenal. That's the one thing I really haven't touched on. I'm going to include, it's on another video, but I'm going to include a ridge run. It's like 5 miles long. I don't think I even got into 4th gear. So you're doing 65 in some sections, ripping across there, which is fast enough. Maybe if I knew the trail, I might be able to grab another gear, but I kept wanting to see around the next bend and make sure it was clear from other riders and make sure that it was clear from major obstacles as well. Okay, here we go. Oh, that breeze feels good. Just out cutting, I'm in 3rd gear, so 20 mile an hour corner, 18, soft loose dirt, just leave it in 3rd. If you're in a hurry, you can downshift, but if you're just kind of cruising around, leave it there, it'll come right back up on the pipe without a problem. And then you're going to be out of road real fast. As soon as it gets mid-range and beyond, it just really pulls and goes. These shadows are ultra spooky. So many times you think there's nothing there and there'll be a piece of the road missing or a big rut. Just you lose it in the shadows. Sometimes when we think traction, we always think the rear wheel. The new tech system allows me to run so much less air now in the front wheel. Whoa! But if I pay attention to what I'm doing, I can actually have some confidence going down this steep rocky stuff, pick my lines, and not have to worry about the wheel sliding out from underneath me, which is what was happening before with stock wheels, tires, higher air pressures, 24, 26, 28. I'm down here at about 12 pounds right now, and it's more dirt bike-like feeling, and I'm not bouncing over this rough stuff. I can actually use the brakes, control the bike, go where I want to go. I'm sitting here, I know this isn't going to show on film, this is pretty good off camber right here. Yeah, I slid right off. No worries. Pick it back up, thread this line, come back over, doing 16, 17 miles an hour. This is a pretty steep hill. If I just do the front brake, it's steep enough here. I'm just sliding. Let the clutch out and stop the rear wheel. So this is pretty steep here. Big bike. Whoa. Look at that traction, man. Woo! Practically straight up, at least on those rocks. So this is what a big bike can do with 12 pounds, or actually 12 pounds of air in the front, 4 pounds of air in the rear tire, and I've got no traction issues. Way. This is gnarly. Because of the less amount of air in the front tire, I'm not bouncing over this stuff. It's almost smooth. It's crazy. Been on this before, so I don't know what's going on here. Tree. Weird, the bottom of all these hills is all sandy. hand's biting really well. Do this again. So, from a dead stop in first gear, get to about 21, 22 miles an hour and you kind of feel like you need to shift. So starting from second gear, just a little bit of clutch slippage, not much. So second up to about 45, I'm in the third, 60, fourth, 75, fifth, 85, so into sixth gear. So no tachometer, but I would suspect I was shifting about 3/4 throttle on the last couple of gears. So I went into sixth gear at 90, 88, something like that. And yes, I've got 4 pounds of air in the rear tire. Full knobbies. Get this beast slows down. It's got really good brakes. So there you've got a little indication of that gearing. Here's another traction test. It's a pretty steep hill. I'm going to go up here a little ways. Whoa. Okay, I can't stop the bike. I'm just sliding backwards right to there. I mean, this is old growth forest, just loamy stuff. Again, I can't keep the front wheel. Not doing me any good. Almost hold it with my feet up on the ground here. Barely, I'm slipping. Okay, now it's really soft. There we go. Oh, that is match. I'm in a bit of a trough. Oh, there we go, there we go. Whoa. Okay, I probably would have made that if I had seen that log that was sitting there. Whew. That's still pretty impressive to get going from a dead stop like that. Like I said, this is pretty steep. Thought I was going to make it. I only had to get another 10 feet there. I completely lost a little bit of run that I was able to generate. That'll give you an idea, though, of really how good this traction is with this tire setup. Granted, I didn't make it, but this stuff is just, you know, ridiculously loose. Good bite on the front brake. This is where I was the first time. Okay, let's see what happens with a run. Just a little bit of a run, just something. Oh, it's right here. Never been up this. So you heard the rev. Whoa! You heard the rev limiter. Yeah. Some of the good stuff always comes to a dead end. Definitely trailblazing here. Keeps going. Or does it? Ah. This is some loose stuff, as well as steep. Hey, hey, hey. Might have to just cut that out of the way. See where this goes. If anywhere. Uh-oh. Ah. Looking good. Like we need to do a little trail maintenance around here. Ha! Back to the road. Gonna do that, I better do this. Go back towards that other. Well, it appeared nothing lasts forever. Ugh. Takes us back to where I was. Oh. Oh, there's a trail over there. Get back to where I was a second ago. They always save the good stuff for the motorcyclists. I like this better. Please close the gate. That, I assume, means you can open the gate. Self-opening. I must be a responsible dirt biker. Gate closed. Oh, did it again. Keep looking up. Where's that trail? No wonder they say, come on in, joke's on me.